Welcome back to this special edition of Humber News. As we continue on our journey of Toronto's hidden gems, we uncover some of the places that set this city apart.
One example is the city's very own urban wilderness retreat. Lazy rivers, canoeing, and campgrounds. You may not know it, but you can find all of this at the edge of Toronto. Rouge Park is the city's largest park. It's more than 10 times the size of New York's Central Park. Andrea Lawson takes us for a walk in the woods.
Rouge Park may not be the most well-known park in the city, but it definitely deserves some attention. Sprawling across over 10,000 acres, it's Canada's premier urban playground, and it's located just a few minutes from the 401. The park spreads across East Toronto and Markham and is home to the Rouge River, Rouge Beach, and Glen Rouge campgrounds. Alan Wells is chair of the Rouge Park Alliance, a group dedicated to the management and preservation of the park. Wells took me around along the Riverside Trail, which is one of his favorites.
Because it's got the campground and nice trails, and we're right down at the mouth of the river.
It's a path that was used by early European settlers and Aboriginal people. You walk on as the Rouge River meanders along its curvy path, go down towards the beach, and you may even see some canoes. Fish can be found along the river, but Wells says the best place to go fishing is near the lake. Trees in the park play a vital role not only to the wildlife, but also to Torontonians.
Toronto needs more trees. The biggest source of trees in the city of Toronto is right here in Rouge Park, and the forestry department in Toronto is trying to maintain the trees that are here and increase the number of trees.
Another unique feature of the park, its campground. There are over 100 sites which can be booked for a fee. There are tent-only sites, drive-through sites, and RV sites. Firewood and ice are also available for purchase. Right now, crews are setting up for this season, which begins in early May and runs until October. The federal government has decided to step up its involvement in the park, setting aside money for Rouge in this year's budget. And Wells is excited about what it could mean for the future.
We need that type of money, as well as we need the staff to look after the park, the maintenance. We need park rangers to stop poachers and make sure people follow the rules that protect this sensitive environment.
For some, the attraction is as simple as a quiet place near the city.
Just that it's secluded, yet it's still in the city. If you like nature and you like just being away from things and yet still be with people, because people still come around here, that's a good retreat.
For others, it's a place to take a four-legged friend.
We come here in the winter, in the off-season, just to walk the dog and let him run around and enjoy nature.
And if it's animals you're into, you can stop to birdwatch or look into the foliage and spot a deer. If that's not enough, the zoo's just a stone's throw away. If you're coming down to Rouge Park, make sure you come prepared. Wear comfortable shoes and clothes, and just be ready for the elements. We may still be in Toronto, but we're definitely in the wild. Andrea Lawson, Humber News.
Thanks, Andrea. The federal government recently announced that Rouge Park will become Canada's first designated national park in an urban area, run by Parks Canada.
If you're more of an urbanite than a nature lover, you might want to check out what used to be one of Toronto's down-and-out neighborhoods. Bloordale is experiencing a revitalization. From dining to the arts, it has more to offer than some may think. Dylan McKenzie has the details.
Sandwiched between the mansions of High Park and the highly desired downtown core, the Bloordale area has carried a reputation of high drug use, prostitution, and crime. A 2008 survey by the Bloor Improvement Group found 13% of the storefronts in the neighborhood were unoccupied. But the recent surge of construction and a neighborhood uprising has transformed the area into a vibrant community. The Toronto Coffee Company opened its doors 8 months ago. Owner Blair Holder says the timing was just right to bring organic coffee to the Bloordale area.
There's a charm to this neighborhood, and there's some iconic structures in the neighborhood, and just a really diverse, heterogeneous group of people from all walks of life, from all income brackets, all races and classes, and I like that really mixed neighborhood, so it seemed like home to me from the beginning.
Robert Cannonai owns the Robert Cannonai Gallery. He says the Bloordale area served as his home first, and even if the Bloor stretch isn't as busy as other parts of the city, the gallery is still able to thrive.
People have to be, in a way, searching and looking for art. It's not candy kind of passive time, is people target the visit and they find you.
So what do community members see for the neighborhood in the near future?
Come on down to Bloordale Village. There's lots here. Vintage clothing, galleries, great food, great coffee, really great people that love to sit down and have a conversation with anybody about anything. And there's quite a few real lovers of the neighborhood and Toronto historians in the neighborhood that are really proud of the history of the neighborhood and the city. You can learn a lot by being here.
So whether it's strolling alongside Canada's trains, taking in the art of the community, or grab your favorite cup of organic Joe, there's plenty to do in the Bloordale neighborhood, and with summer right around the corner, it gives you many reasons to check out this emerging neighborhood. Dylan McKenzie, Humber News.
Thanks, Dylan. Now moving on to one of Toronto's best features, Lake Ontario and the Toronto Islands. More than 600 people live on Wards Island, and it's a lifestyle generations of people have struggled to hold on to. Justin Irwin embarked on a voyage across the lake to find out what life is like there.
Just a 10-minute boat ride away from the city, Wards Island serves as a hidden escape for people from the mainland. Wards is a quiet, welcoming neighborhood on the east end next to the touristy playground of Centre Island. Once a flourishing year-round community of over 2,000 residents following World War II, generations of homeowners have had to fight for the right to not be considered squatters. 82-year-old Jimmy Jones, born and raised on the island, says the community hasn't been the same since former Parks Commissioner Tommy Thompson tried to kick all of the residents off in favor of private clubs in the 1960s.
And they have no idea what they did when they ripped this community down, because some guy had an idea that people should not live in the park anymore. And I went, oh my gosh. And nobody fought City Hall in those days. It's just unbelievable what they did here. The community was really a very, very workable, viable community in the full sense of the word. And you knew everybody on the island.
Park Supervisor Warren Hosselton says his first impression of the Islanders was that of a very tight community that welcomes Torontonians from the inner city.
Toronto Island is one of Toronto's best kept secrets, and I think even within the city people don't realize what resources are over here. And when I say that, I think there's something for everybody on the island. Boat rentals, bike rentals. In the summer we have a lot of cultural festivals. We have Franklin's Children's Garden, which is a real gem. Right now we have the farm, which we're all fighting hard for. Yes, that's kind of under attack, I guess, with the budget situation in the city. And again, I got to watch what I say because I don't want to yell too loud, but one of the best beaches in Toronto is just back that way. And Blue Flag Beach, get off here and you got like a, I don't know, not even a quarter-mile walk, you know, just through the community, and you're at an amazing beach.
Along the beach lies a row of colorful cottages full of clever residents.
The thing I like about the island, there's some real neat innovations on space saving and design. You can see that this is all designed around the boat there. Yeah.
So if you want to escape the hustle and bustle of the Big Smoke, come out to Toronto Island and take in the sights. Justin Irwin, Humber News.
Now joining me in the studio is Justin. So Justin, apart from being able to live on Wards Island, what other things can you do there?
Well, when people think of Toronto Island in general, they usually think of Centre Island or Olympic Island, where all the crowds go to see concerts and the amusement park there and everything. But on Wards Island, it's a little more peaceful, a little more quiet, a nice place to have a picnic or go play some tennis with some friends, even play a baseball game or two. And you can also walk along the beach. It's really peaceful there.
You seem to really have loved it. So when you were there, were you able to take part in any activities?
Well, I got to walk along the boardwalk and see all the very colorful cottages. It kind of reminded me of the East Coast, of how colorful everything is and how friendly people are. It's really different from other areas in Toronto.
Well, I've never been able to go to Wards Island myself, but now just after talking to you about it, it's definitely a place that I want to check out this summer. So thanks so much. When we come back, we'll show you a whole new way to map the city's ever-changing urban terrain. It's called word mapping, and Adriano Mancini has the story.